Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. It's officially bow season, not the hunting kind, but the bows we make for Christmas and Thanksgiving and all year long. So I want to show you how to make bows today, and we're going to do it by hand. All of these are by hand, no bow maker, and 4 of the 5 are 5 minutes or less. The last one is a few minutes over, but it's a big bow. So also I wanted to let you know that I'm giving all these bows to one of you, but you're going to have to find out to the end of this video on how to do it. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to take 2.5 inch wire ribbon. You can use 1.5 inch if you'd like. And we are going to start with the tail. It always starts with the tail with these types of bows, okay? You don't have to be exact about this, but I'm just going to start here because I know I want a shorter tail. So that's about 9 inches right there, all right? And we are going to use one of these cutting mats because it's very helpful when you know exactly the inches. And so these are kind of like bow recipes. And so what we're going to do is we're going to work with 8-inch loops in this one. So you're going to go once, you're going to pinch each side and bring it together and hold, okay? And then I'm going to measure 8 inches again, pinch, bring it back to the middle and hold. 8 inches again, pinch and bring it back to the middle and hold, and 8 inches again, okay? So once we have that, all right, I'm going to take my pipe cleaner, or you can take a wire, whatever you want to do. And I'm just going to put it over the top. All right. And I'm going to just twist it. Okay. That's all you do. Now, I want to make sure that I have at least the same amount of my tail. So I'm just going to cut that off. That's step 1. Easy, right? That's super duper easy. All right, so the next step is we need to create, I want to create like this, like a little slip knot center that I've been seeing. So I'm just going to cut off about 12 inches. You might not need quite this much. And I'm going to just fold it over, okay, like so. And I'm just going to kind of slip knot it. I don't know if this is the right term or what. Let's see. I would have liked that to get more in the middle. Here, we're getting more in the middle there. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of fluff it out a little bit, okay? I'm just going to kind of, because I want this really pretty little knot in the middle of my bow. We're going to do a little different. I've been seeing this, and I think it's so cute. We're going to take this and make sure your wire or your pipe cleaner is out like that. Take your slip knot, put it right over it. Doesn't that look pretty already? All right. We're going to cross these right here. I'm not going to pull it too hard because I don't want that slip knot to lose its shape, all right? And then I'm going to twist this around. I'm going to cut this. You can add a little bit of glue there too if you're a little worried about that. You're going to flip it over, and now we're going to fluff our bow. I'm going to I love this bronzy look, and you're just going to twist your tails whichever way you want. This ribbon came from the Wreath Shop, and I will leave a link down below if you want to buy it. I think this is really, these metallics are really making a really nice comeback for even Christmas and decor in general. So I'm going to just take these, I'm going to layer them on top. So we only cut once. I'm going to fold them over, and we're going to do the dovetail. And there you go. You've got a beautiful wreath or beautiful bow. And guys, that took you less than 5 minutes to make. Okay, so now we're going to use some 4-inch and some 2.5 inch with these really pretty ribbons that I got from the Wreath Shop. We're going to make a bow that I saw on TikTok, and I saw it from TMI Gifts. And I just like the way they did it. I'm going to do it with a 4-inch ribbon because this is becoming really popular. And I just want to show that you can do this. It doesn't take a long time. You can do it by hand. And these would look beautiful in your Christmas trees as well. So I will tag TMI Gifts below so you can check them out. All right. So basically what we're going to do is we need a ribbon a tail, okay? I'm not worried about how long. It depends on what you want it for, so I'm going to make a pretty good one, okay? And I'm just going to grab it, and I'm going to, what do you call it? Pinch it, all right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do 10-inch or 12-inch loops for this one because we're going to make a big bow, all right? I'm going to come back. That's it, guys. That's what you're going to be doing. And again, measure 12 inches, all right? Oops, and come back, all right? We will fix that here in a moment, all right? I'm gonna cut this. We're only gonna do one loop of each. Okay, and then I'm gonna take, generally I will take like a solid color next. So I'm gonna take, and we are going to hold this in our hand. All right, I'm going to grab a thing there, and I'm gonna put it in here, okay? And now I'm gonna hold this with my right hand. And we're going to make a 12-inch loop, do it again, another 12-inch loop, and come back, and I'm gonna hold it, cut a tail, and now I'm going to grab this really pretty tree ribbon. Going to make a nice tail. I'm gonna grab it, and I'm gonna put it right in there, okay? We're going to measure 12 inches. Come back to the middle, and if you need to, you can switch that around. You can like twist it, but I don't tend to twist it because I feel like by the time I'm done, I get it in there pretty good. I'm gonna cut a tail, all right, and then I'm gonna take a zip tie. Now you can do this for smaller lengths. If you wanted a smaller bow, then just do it at, instead of 12 inches, do it at 8 inches like we did on some of our other bows. You're going to cut that. Again, we're less than 5 minutes here. And you're just going to now really kind of pop this out. This could go on your bows, on your wreaths, on your Christmas trees, wherever you want it to go, okay? And I think this is beautiful. I'm gonna just twist the tails down this way. All right. Just gonna play with it. You're gonna tell the ribbon what to do, guys. That's the key here, all right? I think that's so pretty. It's not your typical, you know, bunch of loop bows, but that would sit so pretty in a Christmas tree. And then depending on how long you want your tails, we're just gonna dovetail them. The folded edge is there, and you're going down, because I've cut my bows and my tails the wrong direction many a times. I totally mismanaged that one, didn't I? Remember, the fold is here, and I'm going down. I wasted a lot of ribbon. Okay, again, this is kind of a more of a whimsical bow. It's more free-flowing, and it's just really pretty. So there you go, another bow made in less than 5 minutes. Okay, so this one is going to be called the leftover bow, and the reason why is I've had all these ribbons for a long time. We hardly have any of that left, and we're going to make a leftover bow, guys. We are going to take these and just kind of hodgepodge them. I think I got this from Joann's like 4 years ago, and I just still haven't used anything. So the first step you're going to do is you are going to measure them out to, let's do 24 inches, okay? So cut them out at 24 inches and come back. Okay, so we have them all cut at 24 inches. Take your ribbons, and we're going to dovetail them. So I'm going to fold it over again. Make sure you have the folded edge here, and just cut out the slit there. So do that to all of your ribbon too. Okay, so we have all of our ribbon cut. I already have it laying in the order that I want it to go in. So I'm going to start with this as my base, and we are simply going to bend it over, okay? And we're going to measure it at we're going to do a 5-inch, 5-inch mark here. So I'm going to do this, okay? I'm going to hold it that way, all right? Then I'm going to take this one. I'm going to fold it over as well. And again, measure at the 5-inch mark, and you're going to just gather it. But now I want to lay it on top like so, okay? Now we're going to take our skinnier one and we're going to layer it over. And you could use, this is what I love to call my chip clips. You could just do this. Let's just do that. Is that easier? So you're just going to layer it again, and you're going to gather it at the 5-inch. So that's 5 inches. And we're going to put it right on that side. Okay. All right. I actually am going to just keep it in my hand, but you could put it back in. I'm going to take my next layer. I'm going to fold it over. Again, at 5 inches, you're going to gather it and put it the other way. Take the next one, layer it. I think you get the drift. 5 inches again, guys. It's rinse and repeat here, and we're going to do it this way, okay? And again, with our final, this is the good side, so make sure the good side is showing, okay? And that one goes over here. I'm going to take my zip tie right here, and I'm going to go right in between. You could do a wire, you could do just about anything you wanted. Zip tie, Chanel stem, whatever you like. Everybody has their own thing, you know, and you can just do whatever. I would slip a little wire down in there. So now we're going to just fluff our bows. Again, this is a real easy one because you don't need to do anything specific, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip this over. Okay, so the right side of the ribbon is showing. I'm going to flip that, and I'm going to work on that one. Just pull down the little tails here. Let's do this one, and now find the tails for that one is over here. Again, I want to make sure both of my tails are showing the right side up. So make sure you do that. And do the same thing. This is a pretty simple bow. I like to just show you guys something really, really simple. You can't mess this up. This is just one of those things that you have some leftover ribbon, but maybe not to make a full ribbon wreath or ribbon with all the different loops. And you can kind of use your leftovers. And I think that's really pretty. I'm gonna maybe go like this. And it's kind of just like a Mod Podge of a bow, but this would look pretty as little bundles in your wreath. You can make the loops smaller. And again, that's less than 5 minutes for that. I love it. You can even cut the tail shorter if you wanted. I can't even get it right. So here's the next ribbon we're going to use, and we're going to make a bow, a very simple bow. I actually call it the Mary Casey bow, and I've made it in many of my videos. And Mary Casey was my mother, and she passed away when I was only a teenager. But she would sit down and she would craft, and I would learn from her. So this is a ribbon that has a really pretty velvet. I got this from the Wreath Shop, but here's the thing. It's got a really pretty gold metallic on the other side. So I know a lot of you guys have ribbon like this, and you're like, okay, how do I make it so that we can see both sides of this bow? So I want to show you how to do that and how you can do it easily. It's not that hard, okay? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to roll this in whatever kind of size loop that you like. That I like that. And as you can see, I have a little bit about at least 3/4 of an inch, okay? And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to gather this. All right, I'm going to hold it with my fingers, okay? I'm going to measure about 7 inches here and make a loop. All right. And with this one, you don't have to measure it, but if you need the measurements to keep things nice and tidy for you, that's totally okay. So here's the key. I'm going to twist this because I want gold again. Going to measure 7 inches, and I'm going to come back. So that one got a little twisted. That's okay. We can fix that. All right. And this is one of those bows you can make as big or as small. All right. So now I want to change it to the white velvety side. So let's measure it at 8 inches now, because we want it to be a little bit bigger. So we're going to make it and we're going to bring it back. Now here's the key. This one is going out this way, so now we're going to go back this way and make it at an angle, okay? And I'm going to make sure I twist it again so that white can be showing. We're going to do 8 inches again, all right? So a measuring board, you could even just take a simple ruler and tape it on your table. If you don't have a measuring mat, this is a smaller one, but I have bigger ones in my Amazon storefront. So I want to make sure that this white is showing again. So now I'm going to twist it again, but we're going the opposite direction. Let me show you what I mean. 8 inches again. So that way we have it going this way and we have it going that way, okay? It's kind of fluffing as we're going. I'm going to twist it again so the white is showing. Going to measure 8 inches and I'm going to come back. And again, we're going to make sure that this one comes out, okay? All right, isn't that pretty? All right, so now we're going to make one final loop on the other side of each side of this, but now I want the gold to show. So now I'm going to go to the 9 inches and we're going to come back to the middle, make sure our gold is showing there, okay? But if you wanted to, you could keep going. I'm going to twist it so that gold is showing again. Measure 9 inches, come back to the middle. All right, gonna hold on to that. Then you're gonna get whatever amount of ribbon that you want for the edges or for your tails, and you're gonna come back up and you're gonna gather it and hold it right there. Okay, I'm just gonna take a zip tie to show you how easy this is. All right, I'm gonna put it over. I'm gonna keep it all held together and tighten it. All right, this is where you could put a piece of wire or a pipe cleaner again in between that zip tie, but it just is easier to show you. All right, so we're gonna cut this. Let's cut it. And let's cut it again. I'm a dovetail girl. I like it this way, so I'm gonna do that. You could add more tails to this if you wanted to, but it's pretty much already fluffed because you pretty much was making it as you went. But that is how you use double-sided ribbon. Isn't that beautiful? And you could twist this to be gold or whatever. And again, less than 5 minutes. So easy. Okay, we're gonna call, this is a zip tie bow that I do, but we're also gonna call this the 3-2-1 bow because we're only gonna use 3 ribbons and we're gonna go from 4 inch to 2.5 inch to 1.5 inch. So we're gonna like bring it all down, all right? So the first thing we're gonna do, because again, we wanna do this in less than 5 minutes, we're going to establish how long we want our tail. So that's 12, let's add another 6, let's add another 4 inches. So let's say that's 16, okay? So now we're going to do is once we have our loop here or our gathered edge, we're going to do 12 inches. So we're going to do this and we're going to come back. This ribbon came from the Wreath Shop. This is such beautiful ribbon. And now we're going to twist it and we're going to measure another 12 inches and we're going to come back down. Now another reason why we're going to call it the 3-2-1 is we're going to do 3 loops of this big ribbon here again at the 12 inches and we're going to come back. I'm not too worried about the twisting and all that, but we're going to come back to the middle. All right, and you're going to do this 3 times on both sides. This is a lot of ribbon to deal with, but you can do this. You can make your house at this Christmas or this fall or whatever you want to do. You can make it beautiful. So this makes 3 loops on this side, and this will make 3 loops on this side, and then we'll cut the tail and we'll come back. Okay, all right, so we want the tail to be about as long, so we're going to cut it about here. All right, oops, it's really jagged there, but that's okay. Okay, So one tail should be going that way, one tail should be going this way, okay? You're gonna grab a zip tie. All right, I've got one right here. I'm gonna just gather it. Not gonna worry about the fluffing just yet. All right, so when I do a zip tie bow, I add a zip tie in it just to kind of keep everything in place, okay? So it's pretty self-explanatory. We just did 3 loops, right? So you're just gonna twist your tails the direction you want there. So we've got 3. So the next one we're gonna do is 2 loops. And so I have this really pretty red. And again, I will leave links for all this in the description box for you. Okay, so I'm gonna set this to the side. Now we're gonna take this red. Again, we're gonna do about 16 inches here of a tail. And now we're going to do, instead of 12 inches, I'm gonna go to the 10-inch mark. Gonna meet it in the middle, and then you can twist it if you want. This is pretty much the same ribbon on both sides, which makes it really easy. Come back to that point. And again, keep it all at 10 inches. Keep it all the same. Okay, see how fast that is? I'm gonna cut that tail. I'm gonna grab another zip tie from my drawer here. So this is our 2, 3, 2, 1, remember? Okay. All right, you can turn your ribbon and make sure it's the right way. Okay. All right, I'm gonna put this to the side. Now we're gonna do our 1. And this here is the same as that back big 4-inch ribbon. I'm gonna cut off this. And again, about 16 inches, that's about 16 inches. So I'm going to just grab this. So we went 12 to 10, and now we're going to do 8, okay? So you start with your first gather, and now we need to gather at the 8. Come in, okay? I want to make sure we twist there. Do another 8. Come in, gather, okay? And we want to cut it. Remember, this is the 1. Things cut off like I don't. So let me get this off. Okay, so now we're going to stack them, okay, like so. And instead of wasting another zip tie, I'm going to just hold on to this and add this on top. I'm going to grab one more zip tie, okay? I'm going to come in the middle here and attach all 3 of them together. Okay, I'm going to leave my finger there. Why am I leaving my finger there? Because I'm going to take a wire and show you how I'm going to add that wire. Okay, make sure that's even. I'm going to pull that really good, but we're not done yet. All right, yeah. All right, I think this is really pretty, but we're not done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that red ribbon, and just like the very first bow we did like that little like knot in the front. I think this would be really pretty if we did the same thing. I think it would just add a little bit. So what we're going to do is, this is the bad side. Going to fold it over, and you're simply going to make a little slip knot, or I don't know what they call this. I don't know. I'm going to call it a slip knot. To me, this is a slip knot, like tying your shoes, right? So I just want to kind of make it look pretty here. Okay, I like that. I'm going to put it over top here. Ooh, isn't that pretty? I'm going to bring it to the back, and I've got that wire right there. I don't want to pull it too much. Yeah, that's a little too much. Don't pull it too much. I'm going to cross them, and then I'm going to twist it with the wire here. And that's how we're going to get it to stay. And then you use the wire to put it on your Christmas tree or whatever it is that you want to put it on. So now let's fluff our beautiful bow. Let's bring everything to the front here. This ribbon is magical. It really is. It's just gorgeous. And this is going to be beautiful on a tree, on a Christmas present, wherever it is that you want to put it on, you can do. So again, I believe this was less than 5 minutes. This might have been more like 6, but that's, you get my point. You can get this done. This is me teaching you. But you can make a bow by hand, and you don't have to be scared. I can teach you. We have so many bow videos that I want you to check the description box below and check our playlist out of all the bows. So this is what we're going to do, guys. I have another bow video coming out soon. All right. And it's going to be on bow makers. I use the Pro Bow, the hand, and Pro Bow 4-in-1. And we're going to do a whole video just using the bow maker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away all the bows out of this video, all the bows out of that video, and some extra bows that I have on hand, and I'm going to give them away. And you're probably like, but how are you going to give them away? Well, as I do my tails here, that was a little long. You need to get on my email list. I will leave an email list link for you guys to join down in the description box, and as well as in the comments if I can remember. Sometimes I don't remember, so mention it in the comments and that'll help me out immensely. All right. Also, I want you to get on my texting list, because we will send out notifications like when that bow video is out, or hey, check your email because we have, oops, that one didn't do very well, did it? We have the giveaway in the email. Okay. So I want you to be able to win all these beautiful bows and use them wherever you would like this Christmas, plus some extras that I've made over on my Amazon Live. I will show you, leave you a link for that as well. But again, we've got a beautiful bow. I just love this. It's so, this ribbon is so luxurious. I don't know how else to say it, but it is just amazing. Thanks for watching tonight. I appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe and leave me a bow emoji in the comments. Now, I want to give all these away, so make sure you sign up for my email list, get on my texting service. All of that is in the description box below. But listen, you can be ready and you can make these bows this season. You can have your Christmas tree or your Christmas gifts or whatever you do for the holidays perfect with the perfect bows. So stay tuned to Julie's Wreath Boutique, because we'll have more. See you next week. Bye-bye.